How's it going, traders? Coming at you with some Blastoise EX action today. I had an awesome set of games with this deck list on stream last week, and I was super excited to see a very similar deck list go 8-0 in the Swiss rounds of the largest Pokemon Pocket tournament this past weekend. Blastoise EX has long been a comfort pick of mine since this game released. I always end up going back to him and being really happy when I do. He's an awesome big payoff when you get to crack for 160 damage every turn with that 5 energy. It runs down most things in the metagame in a single shot, but the power in Blastoise really revolves around his flexibility and that you don't have to charge him all the way up for him to be a threat. Just getting to crack for 100 for 3 or sometimes even 40 for 2 when you're going first and have first evolution advantage is often enough to run a lot of people out of the game when you pair it with the fact that Blastoise has this 180 HP pool in tandem with our copies of Giant Cape to extend him that much more. This deck list, in addition to rushing to Blastoise, also has that really elegant 1-1-2 knockouts where you lead on Manaphy, they clear it, you move into Baby Articuno, get some chip shots and some paralyze, and then finish on our big turtle to close the game out. At any rate, if you enjoy competitive off-meta decks like this one being showcased, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Shouldn't miss any of the other upcoming ones that we'll have highlights of here. If you love Blastoise like myself, make sure you smash the like button on this video. For the rest of the day, have fun with my favorite Kanto starter. Oh no. Well, Gallade's kind of scary for my big man, huh? Hoping to find a Manaphy next turn. Look at that. Alright, now if we could dodge a Giovanni, we could dodge a ball. We're going to hang on to this other Articuno in case we draw Pokemon communication. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. And then this is the way Gallade lines up into things. We actually don't want to put more than 3 energy on Blastoise, right? Because 5 energy, they do enough to clear us in one shot with red. And we still don't one-shot them. And with 3 energy, they only deal 130 or 150, and we hit them for 100 twice and get the knockout. Hitmonlee potentially complicates things. only puts us to 150, which means that Gallade plus a red will one-shot the Blastoise. So, Energized Blade can clear the Articuno here, but then Blastoise hits them for 100, and then they need 2 sustain items. And Sabrina is not enough to win them the game because Articuno takes the Energized Blade hit, no problem. Where am I supposed to put this energy? I think it's on the War Turtle. The upside to putting it on the Blastoise is... The upside to putting it on the Blastoise is ideal. I can threaten 160 the following turn. But if they mark damage with, like, Farfetch'd on here, like if they have another Farfetch'd or, like, a Pseudo-Budo, we could get into trouble. I think it's just crack them for 100 and put the other energy on the back here. I think it's unlikely that they have 2 sustain items. I think it's more likely that they like retreat into a Farfetch'd or retreat into a Pseudo-Budo than that they play like Kate plus Potion or like Kate plus Pokemon Center Lady, which is what playing to the 5th energy plays around. It's an interesting decision point though. Usually these decks don't have room for more than like 1 sustain item, and some of them have been cutting. Some of them have been cutting their sustain items for things like Rocky Helmet. This sets them up a Cyrus lethal, unfortunately. Yeah, unless I draw Cape. We're so good at this. We're so good. All right. I just do this here now. I was like, we have 2 capes in our deck for a reason, okay, gamers? Oh, you know what? Putting the energy on here, I should have just not played an energy, because putting the energy on here means I tie red plus Rocky Helmet. What a funny end to the game. I realized as soon as I did it too. The correct play was doing nothing. Yay! Giant cape. Look at that. All right, so we made a mistake. We weren't punished for it. We get the win instead of the draw, but definitely a mistake to attach my energy last turn. Fun. Has very little to do with the quality of the content. A lot of it is about quantity more than anything, which is why you see most of the bigger channels post 1 thing per day at least. It's all about that volume. Yep, getting the main building to level 5 and the Call of Dragons gets you the free gift sub as the promo. Appreciate the folks that do that. YouTube often just doesn't show me your videos, even though I watch almost all of them. I often have to seek them out. Yeah, I have an extra YouTube account that I proof my stuff on that mostly all it does is watch my own stuff across my own channels. And despite that account largely just watching my own content, it recommends me stuff from channels like Godsley and Spraggles more frequently than it recommends me stuff from the channels I actually watch, just because those are the channels that the algorithm really pushes in the games that I'm watching. So it knows what games that I watch, but it recommends me the typical channels that it recommends for those games more than the channels I actually watch for those games. Just like give a very specific pointed example of how it functions. Yeah, that lets you just cut the algorithm out and actually make sure subscription's meaningful. It's a good way to approach using YouTube if you want to not let the algorithm drive for you. I don't think I'm supposed to play the other Manaphy out. Because it's only got 50 HP, which is not great in the face of 50 pop shots from Mugtrio. We have our evolution here to go as well, so we're probably going to run them down. Does YouTube offers content creators the option to pay to get more exposure? It does, yeah, periodically. I'll have the option pop up for YouTube to let me spend money to promote my videos more. And it's just like I don't know why I would ever do that. Well, glad we played out our Blastoise proactively. They are cooked. I think I'll try Probo Ekans. Yeah, maybe at some point next week. I don't know that I expect Probo Ekans to be very good, but I think Arbok's Corner ability is a legitimately powerful effect. Alright, this finds Manaphy, this finds X-Speed. Unlucky. I'm gonna communicate the Squirtle, because if this finds, okay. I think when we find Blastoise, we just build the Squirtle, but if that found Manaphy, I might have wanted to put Energy Manaphy, Energy here, and then switch them for next turn. But without the Manaphy in sight, we just build this up to its 160 Blaster and just try and one-shot through him, I think. I think I'm just still on the build the turtle plan. I'm gonna play this out so we don't get Sabrina'd into the War Turtle coming up early. But I think it's just like take a hit, Blastoise, start chunking you. Do I just put Blastoise up? I get kind of cooked by a berry if I do. And they can't Sabrina me and Brave Bird me next turn, which is great. gonna dig for an Articuno or another Squirtle here. And this gives me really clean flexibility when we hit the Articuno to be able to Articuno or Blastoise next turn. Or one energy off of the big attack on either. So they need a cape. Otherwise, Blastoise clears Lucario, EX in 1. 160 is a lot of damages. If they have a cape, I can still win the game by hitting heads on Articuno. Yeah, they don't have it. We're just done here. We missed on our second Articuno and Squirtle, but we do at least have Manaphy and an Articuno to go. Got 3 shots at a baby turtle next turn. Effectively 4 of those in 12 cards. Where are my baby turtles, chat? My poor baby turtles. Where are they? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to keep Manaphy here. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to keep Manaphy to avoid the fiery punch. Force them to have Infernape and blow their energy to clear me out. There are 3 constants in life: death, taxes, and Jeff holding his giant capes and then regretting it. Factual. They'd be in a much worse spot. I think we're still in an okay spot, but they'd be in a much worse spot if I had put a cape on this. Now we're in a spot where a couple of Articuno coins break it our way. They wasted an energy. Well, they traded an energy to keep an evolution. People saying they wasted an energy. So if they would have left the Monferno up to take the knockout, Articuno with weakness clears the Monferno. So they're basically saying I don't have another stage 1. I'm willing to give up an energy to keep my stage 1 around. Speaking of wasted energy, on my side, I probably should have put the energy on this Articuno last turn, so that way if I top deck a Squirtle, I could have built it up sooner. Oh, they could have evolved and retreated for free. Yes. Yes, good catch. That is a good call out. The evolution saves the energy, not the retreat. need to start working towards Blastoise number 2, the Electric Boogaloo. 25% to just win this game on the spot. There's the first of those 2 coins. And we're done. Articuno got outclassed by Origin for Palkia and some of the other builds of this deck because they were playing regular Palkia too, but the coin paralyzes, so gets you so many free wins. I am unfortunately a large enough size that, like, doing stuff with other creators doesn't meaningfully add to my audience or generate new viewers for me, and it's pretty deeply inconvenient to try and coordinate and schedule content with other people. It's just tough to fit into the schedule with. Oh, Snorlax Rampardos. We had dorked around with this a little bit. It was pretty sweet. If this hits Manaphy, we're in a pretty solid spot. 50% for that. Nice. And then here's our copy of X Speed to let us reposition. Yeah, and then that's a funny YouTube algorithm thing. The first Hoaglandia tournament that we did, where we only broadcast on the YouTube side on Spraggle's channel and we broadcast on Twitch on my side, actually hurt my YouTube content that month because it jacked up my position in the algorithm because I sent a bunch of my viewers to Spraggle's channel. So that collaboration was actually a net negative for me, the way the toxic YouTube algorithm works. Alright, so you can murder my Manaphy. But we've got Articuno ready to go here. We just need to find a big old Blastoise. I think we keep up Articuno here. Yeah, Spraggles is great. I enjoy working with him. I'd done broadcasts with him with Pokemon Unite before Pocket. He's a great dude. He's good at what he does. We're gonna continue building this up. One of the nice things about them having Snorlax as their attacker is I don't have to worry about them burying and Sabrinaing in the same turn. So when you paralyze them, it overrides the sleep. I think I'm just holding all of the cards in my hand for now because I want to have the most if I draw an Iono to dig for Blastoise. Thanks, I think. Thanks for the red card, gamer. You couldn't beat the Blastoise, so you decided to wheel my hand when I didn't have it. God bless. I did see the news that the Switch 2 is still gonna pre-order at $450, despite tariffs. Which makes me have to think that price when people were surprised it was gonna be that much. They must have been pricing it there expecting some amount of tariffs to begin with, yeah? They're jacking up some of the prices on peripherals. Okay. But the base system is going to be the same. Will my Switch 1 Pro controllers work with the Switch 2? Do we know yet? I don't think they've announced that yet. Okay. Hopefully that's the case. The original Switch initially sold at a loss, if I remember correctly, so they're probably just doing the same here with the tariffs. That'd be wild. Oh my goodness, they have a Giovanni too. Giovanni would be a huge punish for not keeping. They've said that the old Pro controllers will work, but the new ones have microphones as well. Oh yeah, I remember hearing something about chat features. I'm not surprised to see that get added. My 9-year-old absolutely loves using the voice chat through the PlayStation 5 controller. It's 2025 and Nintendo discovers voice chat. Yeah, basically. All right, we're gonna need some of these beams to break our way, gamers. They'd also been stockpiling some Switch 2s in the US to get out ahead of it. Oh, that would make sense. They just, like, already had a bunch of them in the country. So this is 50% to find a Squirtle here? Never lucky, rubber ducky. I'm a little surprised they charged up this Pikachu that discards energy as opposed to this one, given that what our Articunos are. Brandon, thank you for the membership on the YouTube side. I appreciate it. I made it to Masters. What a miserable experience that was. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, little thin. Yeah, the number of people who are like, I made it to Masters and it was deeply satisfying and I'm excited to do it again next month are like few and far between. There are 2 Pokeballs and 2 Squirtles in my deck. Why not both? It's fine. We're just gonna ice him out here, I believe. So do you have like a cape or something here, or are you cooked when I switch back to the ice beam? night.